Let's just do it. Let's just jump right in. An assassin is stalking the Empress. Celene's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halam Shiral, Celene is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus's assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend to keep him from destroying Orlais if we hurry. Right. So the book gives most of the backstory for these guys. Basically, for reasons that I can't quite fully ascertain, Emperor Florian was Gaspard's dad, and he's also older than Celene, but she somehow trixied her way into becoming the new empress when Florian was assassinated. All the parties involved are assholes. So Gaspard's wife killed Celene's mum. Celene killed Gaspard's dad, the emperor, then killed her entire household to cover it up. Briala, who's like this elven ambassador who's involved in the whole story and is also Celene's love interest, is also just making a grab for power and is trying to manipulate everyone involved to get the best possible outcome for the elves ostensibly, but mostly for herself. Gaspard found out about the relationship between Celene and Briala and commissioned a satirical play, and as a result, Celene purged the alienage, so she killed most of the elves. Basically, they're all horrible. There's no right answer here. You have 5 options as to how you solve this problem. You can let Celene get killed, and you can put Gaspard on the throne, who's the rightful emperor. You can put Gaspard on the throne the same way, but blackmail him into letting Briala pull the strings. She's the elf ambassador. You can save Celene and just leave her on her own, and you can find evidence to implicate both of the others and get them out of the picture. You can force all 3 to enter into a truce and work for the good of the Inquisition. It's the hardest option. It also seems like it's the least stable long term. You can find evidence in the Winter Palace that would allow you to reconcile Celene and Briala, and that will help Celene stay on the throne with Briala as her advisor and lover. So there are 5 options. They all have pros and cons. The best outcomes for the Inquisition, not necessarily the best outcome for Orlais, especially long term. So that's the options. All right, what is happening here? Why isn't it letting me do anything? All right.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celene will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celene's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celene outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
So this little conversation gives you a pretty good, general rundown of the pros and cons of each faction, especially if you don't know anything about them before this time.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celene is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celene is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
So Celene is presented as very savvy. She did all sorts of diplomatic maneuvering to secure power. So she sort of promised marriage alliances with several different houses to get their support, and then the marriages sort of fell through, and she's generally just a good player of the game, which is the whole
How can Gaspard still be
Orlesian
next in line while he wages war against
nobility
his Empress?
thing.
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Yeah, his daddy was the last emperor.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only, she has organized the elves of Halam Sharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celene's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
It's really cute because they kind of, you don't have to have read the novels, because the idea is the Inquisitor wouldn't have that context. So if you have read them, it's like cool to know what everything is going on. But if you haven't, it makes just as much sense, because why would Kestrel know about any of this?
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celene's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is
Josephine's
safe.
clipboard. It's crazy. Can you imagine how much wax she would get on everything carrying that around all the time? All right, let's go.
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Okay, so your companion selection here matters a bit. Mostly the companions just are fun, and they give you a bit of backstory about themselves, and they like say interesting things, and you know, the combative makeup of your group makes some input. But there are a couple that have extra utility. So Sarah, there's a quest you can do for her. She tells you about some caches that are in the Winter Palace. The problem is you can only access all the caches if you choose not to do the two endings where you reunite Celene and Briala or force all three into a truce, which for me is like kind of mostly the endings that I would choose. So there's not a huge advantage in bringing her. Varric, if you're trying to get one of those endings, you don't even meet him. He's in like a lower garden room, and you can't even get in there unless you unlock the door, and you can't waste the resources to unlock the door if you're trying to get one of those endings. So I had a playthrough where I brought him early on, like one of my first playthroughs, and I didn't realize, and I was like, where's Varric? Like I didn't even meet him the whole time. It was stupid. In terms of which ones are the most fun, definitely bring your love interest, because there is a sequence like in the ball you can ask them to dance, and it's super, super sweet. Vivienne, if you're a mage, will give you extra reputation with the court because her opinion carries some weight. She's like a reputable mage. I don't know if we need a rogue. I can't remember if there's any like traditional doors to unlock. Other than that, they just all add flavor. But like my favorite for funsies is Dorian, because he has some of the best dialogue. So this is what we're gonna do. Funsies. Dorian is so fun at this. And it makes roleplay sense. Like I'm bringing two of the most sophisticated upper class members of the Inquisition.
The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Yeah,
Inquisitor
I know.
Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you. Bringing the rebel mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
So basically, the theme of dialogue options in this whole quest is cagey. Just be cagey. Don't state anything outright. Don't give anything away you don't have to. Don't ever be outraged by anything. Just be like super coy.
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
If we keep watch, he may appear, probably by the brandy. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
Can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
I knew we would get along famously, Inquisitor.
God, I love
As a
Kestrel.
friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains.
You can hardly see
We're
his
keeping
eyes.
the court waiting, Inquisitor.
His elbows look
Shall we?
uncomfortable. Look how spiky he is.
Is that the Inquisitor?
An ox? Impossible.
That's not the Inquisitor. It's just somebody's pet.
So, in this quest, you have court approval. If you are a noble human, you start with the highest possible court approval. If you are a mage, a Qunari, a dwarf,
Is that the Inquisitor?
or an elf particularly, you start with a lower rate. It's not a problem, you can get approval easily, but
Might
you
be
just have to
something
be
here.
more
Better
careful
take a
about not
closer
making
look.
any mistakes. Okay, so there's a ring. This is basically what you do, you just ping madly, because you don't want to miss anything.
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
I got court approval.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure. I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me. Enjoy the party.
Thanks. There isn't actually much to do in the first area, other than, like, get used to the principle of how you play this, because it's not like most of the other quests in the game. There's a lot of little, like, lore tidbits about the previous empire, like emperors and all that kind of thing.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
So this is a statuette room. I don't think I need to go in there, though. And here is our first Hala statuette. These are effectively like the keys in the Winter Palace that let you open the various rooms. You cannot get enough to open all the rooms. So there is some element of choosing what is most important to you. There are a few side quests and some of them are mutually exclusive. So if you reunite Celene and Briala, for example, which is obviously not a side quest, you can't gather all the Caprice coins. And if you gather all the Caprice coins, I don't think you can get all of the secrets or something. There's a few things that you can't complete. Oh, I need a storage key. So normally I forsake the Caprice coins for the sake of a little bit more interesting, like, plot resolution. But if I were just planning to let Celene get killed and put Gaspard on the throne, for example, I could finish all the side quests. It would be no problem. A key. And see that.
Foreigners.
So this is another mechanic that we're getting introduced to. We have to eavesdrop. We very conspicuously listen in on conversations. Where is the spot? Is it here?
Interesting.
I have to wait for them to move, I think. Yeah, here it is.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
There are 30 secrets to collect in order to complete the quest. You can't miss one. If you ever eavesdrop and it fails, so the Inquisitor's like boring or nothing interesting or whatever, you just try again. Like you just do a bit of a circuit around and try another time.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please.
Josephine's
I must
out.
warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Don't they sound delightful? I'm shocked we haven't invited the court to dinner at Skyhold.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
Let's go in. We're keeping everyone waiting.
Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
Everything will be fine, Josephine. I have this well in hand. I promise. It's not my first time around. I think my first time around I ended with like 60 approval and Celene died. Pretty sure Celene died, so I had no choice but to put Gaspard on the throne because I didn't like Briala. Alright. I don't remember which sections initially don't have stuff in them, so we're just going to remember to always check every section. As you move later in the quests, more items will appear in the same areas you've already explored, so you have to just keep checking and rechecking.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition here.
And here are our first friends.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
Hello, friends.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
Surprise! Hey. You're gonna have to excuse me nattering on because we're doing one of my favorite quests.
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without
It's
war
obviously
going
just
on?
a vestibule.
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspard's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace. That's monstrous.
Don't think there's much here initially. Look, there's dwarves. Dwarves. Can't get in here yet.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted?
Not long. The last dispatch said they were rioting in the Diamond Quarter over food shortages.
Yep, well, good. That sounds good. Can't go in yet. Okay, there's one secret.
Boring.
Boring, but guess what? We'll still get something. If we don't get something, we're going to be short of our 30. Aha! Thank you, Surprise. Thank you so much. That is super kind of you. Actually gave you credit. Woohoo.
Good to know.
Aha, we got our secret. One scandalous secret.
Wouldn't surprise me if it...
Yeah. It is a good... that's the unicorn. The sound that the unicorn makes. Come on. Can we get one first try, please? That would be very helpful. Just gotta loop around.
The Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force.
Come on. We'll just do a proper lap.
Gaspard and Celene are in the same...
I wish there was more.
You can't miss anything. It can be a bit tedious. There's lots of like going back over and over and over the same ground.
Hello, I thought you started in 3 minutes.
I start at 8 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because I forgot that I moved the time to 8 o'clock, but I did. I think because I was ending up just like waiting around for ages. So I figured I would just start half an hour earlier and then 7:30 on the weekend nights. But yeah, we barely started, so you've missed hardly anything. Just my like intro spiel was like 20 minutes. Thank you for the resub, by the way. Right, we're gonna get introduced to the Empress. This changes depending on how much of the game you've completed.
And now presenting.
So not much at the moment.
Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon. And accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Adar.
You handsome hunk of a man.
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Heraldon. Crusher of the vile apostates of the Mage Underground.
Remember to smile. This is all for show, my dear.
Yes.
Champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena.
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed. Hero of Orlais, right hand of the Divine. Madame Vivienne, first enchanter of the Circle of Magi, enchanter of the Imperial Court, mistress of the Duke of Ghislaine. Lord Dorian Pavus, member of the Circle of Arantium, son of Lord Magister Hallwood Pavus of Azariel. Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Homley.
So you can approach too quickly and miss this.
Former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court. Veteran of the 5th Blight. Seneschal of the Inquisition and left hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City. Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Yeah, so each companion that you have gets announced. Solus gets announced as your elven manservant, which is terrible and also completely to be expected. Can't remember what they say about... I think Sarah doesn't get announced at all. No, she gives a fake name. That's right. She says something completely not her name. Cole doesn't get announced at all because he's invisible.
My dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celene. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
His bow.
Inquisitor.
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
She's Gaspard's
Your
sister,
arrival
and
at
she
court
didn't know.
is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
So if you are a noble human, so if you're a Trevelyan and you're not a mage, you can say it's an honor and she'll give you approval. If you're not a human, you have to be very subtle.
Let's hope the breeze does not herald an oncoming storm.
Even the wisest mistake fair winds for foul. We are at the mercy of the skies, Inquisitor. How do you find Halam Shiral?
I don't know. Well, it possibly is magic. It might be enchanted. So you never want to be too earnest or too blunt.
I have no words to suffice. Alam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Yeah, I've got work to do, lady.
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Is that chunky adhesive tape that you use in, like, scrapbooking?
Tell me, lads, how are Mama and Papa? Are they in good health?
Alright, let's see.
Do you want for anything? Papa's perfectly happy.
Can you believe the Inquisition feel its ranks?
I heard Celene was having the
Ding, ding,
entire...
ding, ding, ding.
But the timing
We're not going to listen to everyone natter on, only if there's something particularly interesting.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
We'll talk to everyone in a minute.
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Garden.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his regiment joined the fighting.
So here is where they meet. This is the discussion table. And these are the three main parties involved. So obviously Grand Duke Gaspard, Empress Celene, and Briala, the Elven ambassador. So we have to decide
Galida
what we want to
Turisiabas,
do.
eldest daughter of the Ghana of Dasmud, and Riveni, ambassador to the Imperial Court.
Huh, people are still getting introduced. Do we want Celene to stay on the throne? Do we want Gaspard to become
Lady
the
von
emperor?
Blanchard, Duchess of Valmontaigne, Chevalier of the Empire, hero of the Battle of White River.
This is so cool. I don't
Patroness
think
of
I've
the
ever
painter
hung around
Ambrose
here so
Poirier,
long.
and second cousin of Princess Elettra of the House of Alberici in Antiva, accompanying the Duchess.
Someone had
Anselm,
so fun,
Under
like,
Gardener of
so much
Valmontaigne,
fun
and
writing all
paramour to the Duchess.
I have brought Dorian, Vivienne, and Cassandra, because Cassandra's my love interest. But yeah, we can
Prince
make...
Ezio Valisti of the House of Valisti in Antiva, and
Ezio.
third Talon of the Antivan Crows.
We can make all of them work together. We can reunite Celene and Briala, or either one of them can be installed as ruler. I didn't realize if you stand up the end like that, you get all those announcements. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if there's anyone else that we know.
I took out my brush.
Where has that servant gone?
Not another.
Just gonna stand here for a second more.
Lord Marcelin, Comte de Travers, and his wife Lady Elodie, patroness of the artist Chantal Valroyaux, and Sir Bastien Vauquelin, Chevalier of the Empire and paramour of the Comte.
I love how they straight up announce who everyone's mistress and like boyfriend and everything is. It's so good. Right, here we go.
Married to my work. Still single, then?
Inquisitor,
Cullens
did you
is
need
very,
something?
very
The
funny.
sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
So Cullen is getting mercilessly flirted with and groped the entire evening. The poor thing.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
They're right there.
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that stands out. I doubt there's a single person here without ulterior motives.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Okay.
I still remember
I
the
can't
day they came to
interact with the Dowager yet.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
I don't have enough court reputation. So you need to have reputation at least 60. Court approval at least 60 to interact with her.
And here we are. You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
Anything happening I should know?
Keep an eye out for Celene's pet apostate. I've no doubt she's involved in this.
Can you imagine how shitty Vivienne would be about having to come to the Winter Palace in that? Like, where's the gown and the headdress?
I've always wondered, what's the Orlesian fascination with masks?
We all wear masks, my dear, not just the people in Orlais. Who you are as a son, a lover, a friend, is not the same man who speaks for Andraste and leads the Inquisition. Orlesians codify this truth, make it visible. By giving each of these selves its own separate face,
Could it?
they believe they can be their truest selves, unmasked.
She supports
It
Celene,
seems
no
like
surprises.
You enjoy this, Vivienne.
This is the game, Inquisitor. Of course I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'd be dead by now.
Any words of wisdom for navigating the ballroom?
Speak to the Council of Heralds. 6 of them are here tonight. The 7th member of the Council is indisposed. His absence will complicate the negotiations. The Council are the highest-ranking players of the game. They see everything.
Oh.
They might know something we can use.
Well, I appreciate you dropping in, even when you're being very busy and important.
Tell me, Vivienne, where do you want the crown to fall?
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celene.
Be ready to act when I give the signal.
Always, my dear.
Well, my default option is to keep Celene on the throne. Right, this is my descending order of enjoyment. Keep Celene on the throne and reunite her with Briala, her former lover.
Lady Nightingale.
Put Gaspard on the throne alone, because, I don't know, it just seems like maybe he does have a legitimate claim.
Lady Nightingale.
Force a truce
Commander Cullen.
No thanks.
between all three, which serves the Inquisition's purposes hugely, but not necessarily always in the long term. Leave Celene as she is. And I've never, ever installed Briala with her puppeteering the strings of Gaspard. I find that whole thing really gross. I'm happy to do it if someone wants me to do it, but yeah. Alright, let's just go ahead and save it here.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celene is from her side. Empress Celene is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish.
What is this
She
dude
has
doing?
an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic.
Just like rubbing his butt on Liliana's face.
And capable of anything.
Okay, this conversation is fucking weird. I'm sorry. When you see who the apostate advisor is, you will be like, Liliana, why were you so side-eye? Like, what the fuck, lady?
How can Celene openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivienne was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
Alright, well...
You think she's controlling the minds of the court? That's powerful blood magic.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
I probably do need to go chat to her. I can't go back in though, I don't think yet, without advancing the quest. So, we're going to start out here. I'm going to look for anything.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you witnessed anything noteworthy?
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
You don't seem to care much for the ball.
Orlesians pretend their petty squabbles are a game. Yes, let us treat murder, corruption, and deceit as delightful amusements. How wonderful. We are here to save Empress Celene, and it galls me. Why does she merit our protection? The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard is the leader Orlais needs in this crisis.
Woo!
You support the Civil War?
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me, however, I would let Celene fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
I don't suppose you'd like to dance, Lady Cassandra.
Seems very inappropriate given the
This
conversation.
is hardly the time. We're here to find a killer, not dance.
Stay alert. We don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
She's so grumpy. I feel a bit bad. She clearly does not want to be here, and like the Inquisitor's the one who's dragged her along. Ooh. Forgot you can go down here as well. Checking, checking, checking. Don't want to miss anything. I don't think there's anything in here yet. Comes much later on. You get a sore, like, thumb from constantly clicking the ping. What? Alright, I'm pretty sure though there's at least one like secret or coin or something up the stairs. Not that side.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations tonight?
His Majesty King Haramond has made considerable coins supplying the Grand Duke's army with dwarven steel.
I just blend right in. I don't stand out at all. Okay, so I think you access the guest wing through the area out here. You have to like climb up a trellis or something. Oop, oop. Read all the plaques. We'll do that afterwards, I think. I think you have two separate options here. This is where Blackwall is, if you bring him. He's down here at this statue. You get a bit of foreshadowing about him as well. From his conversation. Alright, let's go through here.
We have...
Ooh, what was that? I think they said we have confirmation or something.
Gaspard is wasting his time.
Eavesdrop.
Boring.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
You're too good.
Whoop!
My lord! My lord Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
I am always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celene is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Haha.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance.
As soon as Gaspard is out of the way.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
So they're all trying to wield the Inquisition as a weapon against each other. It's made very clear. Right, I missed a secret. Hello.
Inquisitor Adar, how delightful. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
She doesn't do anything,
What exactly
but
does
she's
a court
interesting.
historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh, yes. This is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Whoa, what is happening to her actual eyes under there? Ooh, that's alarming. God.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Mask maybe off the bitch tongue. That's really worrying. Oh God. Fuck. What have they done? Oh, there's a trail of blood on the floor. Oh, hello.
I heard the Inquisition
Philippe
was
should
here.
have returned hours ago. Dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's betrayal.
This is a unique dialogue option where you get approval by empathizing with him.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me rant. You are too kind, Inquisitor.
No, you are too kind.
what
Thank you for
Gaspard
the
said
10 approval.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
If you speak to him again, you lose approval. It's very easy to lose approval. If you don't know, if you're not familiar. Cylinder seal.
Well, well. What's this?
Kitchen staff. Okay, so 4 people have gone into the servants' wing and have gone missing. Basically, is the gist of the scroll.
Did I see you talking to Duke Cyril de Montfort?
I was merely being polite. Unlike some people.
Don't give me that. I've seen the way he looks at you.
Do you guys remember Duke Cyril that Hawk met on the on the what's the name of that mission? And we went to Orlais to go hunting anyway. But yeah, we met Cyril. We chatted him up to steal the key from him. Right, we'll talk to the elves in a sec. Aha!
Waste of time.
Far out. He never finds anything good straight up. There's a caprice coin.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Basically, that's all you want to ask him.
Another time, my lord.
There's a risk of losing approval if you're too nosy. But you gain approval from that one.
Good to know.
Okay, secret number 5. There was another one out here that we didn't get.
Waste of time.
Ugh, we still didn't get it. Okay, well, let's go out here. Let's do the library first, then we'll talk to the servants.
Did you need something?
Okay. Dorian! My love!
Interesting.
This is a new, unique one.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celene.
And a second one.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
So the second round of that sequence, if you then talk to them, you can recruit one of them.
Did you need something?
I favor leashing Templars too. Is that what I've done? No. Yes. Yes.
Did I hear correctly? If you're interested in bringing the Templars to heel, you may have found an ally.
If that's true, I would welcome an alliance with the Inquisition. I will get in touch with your Lady Nightingale. I have assets that might benefit your cause.
That is an amazing coat. Agent acquired. This is the lower garden door, right? So this is where Varric is if you bring him. He's in the lower garden. The problem is, this is the lowest priority door to unlock. Most of the time you won't go in there. Unless you're trying to get all the Caprice coins and you're not interested in one of the more complex endings. So sometimes bringing Varric is a complete bust. More black. I think there's more eavesdropping somewhere too. Up here? Aha!
Good to know.
Here's where we throw the Caprice coins when we get them. We're just going to throw them as we go because we're not going to get all of them.
We can only hope Celene prevails
All right.
tonight. Gaspard will ruin us.
Dorian!
This is all so familiar. I half expect my mother to materialize from the crowd and criticize my manners.
Is this how the elite of Tevinter carry on?
You could almost mistake this for a soiree in the Imperium. The same double-dealing, elegant poison canapes. It's lacking only a few sacrificial slaves and some blood magic. But the night is still young.
I feel like his voice is so similar to Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock that Robert Downey Jr. would have to play Dorian if there was ever a live-action version.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
Did you see what that Marquis is wearing? That suit is a greater crime than anything we're looking for.
What if your mother were actually here? Where would we be then?
Short one mage after he's dragged out by his earlobe.
I'm having difficulty picturing that.
Picture me a young boy of 5 years then. She certainly always has.
I know, right?
I appreciate that you are willing to come here.
And expose myself to all this exquisite finery and exotic wines? Such hardship.
Not everyone's likely to be friendly. That's all I meant.
It's true. You'd think I smelled of cabbages the way they wrinkle their noses. It's of no concern, but thank you.
Aw, Dorian. Because, yeah, he would be a real outcast. Okay, so the only way to access this after Josephine's warning about not doing anything upsetting is to climb up the frickin' trellis, and you lose approval for every second that you spend up here. Oh, thank you, Amber Nick. Still, we have to do it. We have to open this door too. So there's a letter from Gaspard on a dead diplomat. We lost 1 court approval already. Still, there's like absolutely no rush. It's so easy to recoup later. Hey, Nick, how are you going? It's worth losing the court approval just to make sure that you don't leave any stones unturned. Alrighty. Into the library. Before we open the secret door, which is over here in the bookcase, there's another secret. Actually, I don't know if we can. Where's the thing? I think it's down. I think it's in her room, the veil fire. Okay, so we have to open this first. Then it might give us the timer. Pull the book. Open the secret door. It is in here. Right. This is a puzzle out here. The answer is it's in reverse chronological order or something. So starting from the oldest emperor. And I don't remember what order they are in. So, oh no, Florian is the most recent. So that's not going to be the answer. Etienne first. Then Etienne the second. So Florian's the newest. So I think it goes this way. Yeah. Yeah. Secret, stay away! All there is down here is like a couple of things of loot. But still, it's cool. Look how pretty this room is. Side note. Jeez, I don't know if I emptied my inventory before I came here. That would be really bad. Aww. You don't have to stay awake. That is totally fine. It is probably, what, like 4 a.m. where you are? Alright, let's delete the thing. Our timer will start as soon as we pick up the letter, so we'll leave the letter for last. Lady M, I need you at my side tonight. The unpleasantness in the royal wing has convinced me there is no safety within the palace. I do not expect my cousin to employ magic, but I would hardly be surprised if he provoked another infestation. Since my court enchanter is not here to assist me, I must rely entirely upon you. There is no one else I can trust. Alright, so I'm going to get summoned back to the ballroom. The quickest way to get back is this way.
That's the bell. We should get back to the ballroom.
We'll explore this later. Now we can. Actually, I don't know. I think we have to. What? Because I think if we don't, I think if we're too far away, we won't make it back.
Second bell.
Okay, second bell.
We're late now.
And you want to wait until the second bell to go in, because then you gain approval, because you're fashionably late.
Well.
If you miss the second
What
bell,
have we here?
you lose approval.
The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
You may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celene on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
So yeah, what the fuck, Liliana? Like, you've known Morrigan for literal years and spent like 6 months of your life adventuring together. Why was she so hostile about it? It's weird.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter.
Morrigan needs a
So
new
I offer you
hairstylist.
this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celene is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Well, you have to remember, Whimsy, it's been like 12 years since the events of Origins. So any child she has is going to be like 11?
You left Celene alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough, for the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celene? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celene, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
I may find the time to try a door or two.
Hey,
Proceed
Nad,
with
yeah, I'm
caution,
good.
Inquisitor.
I like her hair
Enemies
too,
abound,
Johnny, but it just doesn't
and
suit
not
the
all of them
outfit.
align
She has this
with them.
incredibly elaborate,
What
beautiful
comes
gown and jewels
will
and
be
everything,
most
and then this like almost like a shame puff bun. Like she just couldn't be bothered. It looks cute, it just doesn't work with the rest of the ensemble.
Your investments seem to be paying off. War encourages armies to borrow.
Alright, let's double back and get everything we missed. Quick save indeed. Good call. Boo for not being a rogue. Oh, we missed that. So that was confirming that Celene is not the oldest. It would have been prettier just like down to go with that dress. Alright, I think that's everything I can get. I know I'm losing approval. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll get it back. Okay, let's go this way. Oop. Another coin. Okay. We will have to talk to the servants, but as always, we're doing laps first. There's always time for another set of laps. Just to make sure. I don't know if anything additional spawns in between those two steps of the quest, but I can't remember 100%. And better safe than sorry, because if we get to the end and we have like 29 out of 30 secrets and we can't find the last one, it's going to be really annoying. Oh, we went down there. Just do a quick check out here. Yeah, I don't think anything else has dropped.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of
Where was the secret that was boring? I don't know if we went back.
Talk to you until we get home. He's on. Fine by me.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council.
Here's the door. Just gonna go check that we did get that one. It was up here. Must have. It's gone now. Right. Well,
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
The game, of course.
I'm satisfied that we have everything so far. So let's go find a suspicious elf. A whispering elf servant. Here we go.
You don't want to be here, stranger.
Maybe I freaking do, elf.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
They need to, like, clean the damn floor. Okay, servant's wing. Oh, this one I missed. It was worth it. Found one we missed. Hey, Genji, how are you? I think they wanted her to be immediately recognizable. Like, even though she says who she is, you know, you need that moment of like...
Leave us.
Hey! Hey. Hey. You guys are being rude. Ah! Where do I eavesdrop on them? Oh, here.
Interesting.
He just steps behind the pillar. He's like wider than the pillar.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Alright, cool. So we're going in the servants' quarters. Alright.
This could be
so there's a lot to loot here. It's not really worth it to get anything that is not relevant. So there's lots of herbs, there's bags of gold, there's all this stuff. It's costing you time, and the payoff is not really worth it. You want to keep your reputation high. It makes your conversations more fun when you get to the next stage. All right, let's quickly put on our shit because it doesn't automatically equip it. Is this his set? What does he wear? This one? Yeah, that one. I think. And his hideous face paint. I think we had that on Dorian. That was on Vivian. Okay, cool. Cool. Got an Orlesian mask. Dorian, you look so bad. Right, you can wear that. She can wear the mask. There we go. Better. Vivian, you look badass. Is this what she has? I feel like she wears the Vanguard armor. And the Warden helmet. Okay. Oh, I didn't empty my loot before we came. Never mind. We've got accessories on. We just need weapons. Okay. Kestrel's invisible stabby. I forgot that we called it that. Oh my god. He has far out. That, I guess. Vivienne can have this because she is also a Night Enchanter. We're gonna need to clear some loot later, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of all the grey items now. And that, because it's not very good. Whose amulet is this? Iron Ball. It's not gonna help me here. What the? She has no items on? Yeah? That seems weird. Everyone else does. Okay. Right, we're ready. Go! Yeah, I know, I already
did. Be held accountable for this.
So there's dead elves everywhere, like way more than were listed on the thing. We need to just sweep the rooms really quick. There's a statuette up there. So there's an official way to get there by balancing across the beams, but doing it that way is way quicker. Just jumping and trying to grab it. Battered journal. Since I took that box up to the Grand Apartments, 9 people have subtly tried asking me where the vault is, including a couple of chevaliers, the 5th undergardener, and one of the Grand Duchess's footmans. I'm not mad enough to tell. They're all dead! It's not good. It feels really sad. The poor things. This is, like, it gives you an example of... Initially, you feel like Briala is the good guy, right? She was fully taken advantage of by Celene, who treated her like some kind of pet, and you feel like you should be on her side. The thing is, she takes huge advantage of her own agents and gets them killed very willfully.
There must be something here.
So she is just basically out for her own power as well. Hello, dead person.
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
This man was a council of Heralds emissary. Curious to find him here.
It's
Is that the
Philippe.
Chalon family crest? What have you been up to, Gaspard?
Time to have a word with the Duke.
Oof. The Harlequins are scary. You get the impression they're like mentally unstable. We've got a good team in terms of survivability.
They're organized.
Right, I can't freaking remember which way I'm supposed to go. I'm gonna save it. So that if I fully stuff it up, I can reload. Because I don't want to go firstly to the bit where I have to finish up Venator. Everyone's burning! Good job, Dorian. Burn all the peoples. Because I'm losing approval. So you'll see there's lots of like, there's a bag of gold, there's a royal elf fruit, there's like random bits and pieces all over the place. We're not really interested. The only things that we're interested in is Hull statuettes, Caprice coins, secrets, and the main quest plot. So this is the side area. You don't need to come up here, but there's lots of cool stuff to find. So we come up here. And there is a Hull statuette. And we need those. There it is. God, my pinging seems slightly delayed. The new controller has such a violent vibrate. It's like, my Right, we've got the statuette. Cool. Okay, no secrets. Just a coin and a statuette. Okay, now we can go to the main area. Boof. Which is over here. In this big ass building. There's lots of dudes to fight. So this is the grand apartments. Celene has a bedroom here, and she also has a bedroom in the private quarters that you get into at the very end. If you want to reconcile Celene and Briala, which I want to keep that option open, for sure, you have to unlock a Hala statuette room here in Celene's private quarters, or whatever it is. Supply cash. Is this the way I came in? No. Hello! Fancy seeing you here. Hey, you run past me. This is where all the blood on the floor came from. Okay, there is a priest coin on a table somewhere around here. Can't remember exactly where. Ooh, schematic. Sweet. Always take extra schematics. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's in the other room. Oh, it's a play. Right. We needed that. Go in there in a minute. Well, that's the outside again. Court approval's down to 50. How will we ever recover? It's fine. We'll be completely fine. Dancing with the Duchess, you have the capacity to gain like 40 approval in one go. thing is, early on in the piece, when it's your first time playing, you just have no idea what you're supposed to do or say. It can be so frustrating because you just end up with not the greatest ending, and the court thinks you're kind of a bore and a barbarian. So yeah, it is much more fun the more familiar you are with what you have to do. Alright, I have to go into Celene's room, which is over here. No. This way? This might be the way. Aha! Okay, this is door number 1. Door number 2, because we had to unlock the main quest one. First optional door. The Grand Apartments. It was a home away from home for members of House Valmont's 4 cadet branches, but has fallen into disuse since Emperor Florian's reign. So this was her old room, I guess, is supposed to be the implication. 3 hollow statuettes. Elven locket.
An elven locket? Stored away in a palace safe. Unwise, Celene.
Naughty girl. Beautiful that tapestry looks. Looks so much like a real tapestry. Alright. It's everything in here. Can't go on the other side. Okay, I've got to go in here. Row. So we meet the lady herself.
Fancy meeting you here.
It always bugs me how her hair
You
clips
must
through
be
her mask
Inquisitor
here.
Adar. I thought you'd be more impressive. We haven't been properly introduced, have we? I'm Ambassador Briala.
I thought you'd be more impressive. Get fuck off! I'm the most impressive.
Ambassador, is it? Whose ambassador are you exactly?
If the nobility is going to treat elves as if we are not citizens, we may as well have the trappings of a foreign power.
You cleaned this place out.
It's her
Will take a
mask.
month to
Her
get all the
hairstyle is
blood off
poking
the
out the
marble.
top. She has
I
a
came down
bun.
to save or avenge my missing
A
people.
little bun.
But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Heralds emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
Look at it. Terrible.
If I did kill him, what would you do?
Well, I wouldn't believe
Yeah,
you,
me
for one.
too.
You have
Obviously.
arrived with the Grand Duke.
Take
But
it
you
very
don't seem to be
personally.
doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace?
He killed him. He wouldn't
Those
have
are
left his
desperate acts.
dagger there.
Gaspard
Come
must
on.
be planning to strike tonight.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
The game can't decide on the camera angle because
More
he's so
politics and
tall.
double-dealing. Is there anyone here who is not corrupt?
There's so much conniving and backstabbing here. Makes me homesick.
Yeah, everyone is basically trying to wield you. Alright, where's the... I missed a statuette. I can't miss a statuette. It's very important. Oh. Wrong way. It was back in the main room where we discussed things with her. Here. Hello, my precious. Alright, so we need to just get back. Hello! Oh, we got healed in that conversation too, somehow. He's blocking me. Seems a bit rude. Alright, now, I don't know how to get back. I always fuck this up. I always end up being like... Okay. I think it's up there. Straight up there. Maybe. Okay, good. Excellent. We're under 50 approval, but worry not. We're about to wow everyone with our poise and...
I should look around.
Yeah, but that was the bell, right? We just heard the bell?
Interesting.
Did you see that knife-eared servant girl in the kitchen? The ginger.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of those.
Don't we all?
I mean... No.
That would be the second bell.
Second bell!
Fashionably
Didn't
late now.
warn us about the first bell. God damn it. So this is how it controls your progress. You're on a sort of vague timer all the time once you've gotten to one step. That's why you always go and do your exploration
Inquisitor
before
Ada.
you do the main bit.
We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Florian de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Yes, hello! Why, hello!
Why am I not at all surprised that you want to see me now?
This is Orlais, Inquisitor. Nothing happens by accident. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted.
Ugh, she has like crepey neck of doom.
The Tal Vashoth are hardly known for political maneuvering. Just what interest do you have in our little war?
This is why I got all the knowledge perks for this quest. You need the underworld knowledge perk for later on, and you need the nobility knowledge perk here. You can also use this option, but this makes you sound cooler. Very important.
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire is the center of everyone's world.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
P.S. If you're a dwarf woman or a elf woman, this dance sequence looks hilarious because you're shorter and slighter than her and you still lead. It's so good. I love it.
Do we both want that, Lady Florian?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
If I've learned anything, Your Grace, it is to put my trust in no one.
Untold knowledge.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
Ooh. Bam! 100 approval.
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
I'd happily do more dancing. Just not with Corypheus.
I promise not to invite him to your next ball.
Yeah, it feels more crowded when
you
you're
dancing
not
with
in the
Duchess Florian?
cutscenes for some reason.
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
The Grand Duchess tried to convince me Gaspard is the traitor, but I'm not sure I buy it.
Florian and her brother are thick as thieves, but she would give him up in an instant to save herself.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celene is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat. Then perhaps we should let her die.
Woo!
You have an idea, Liliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celene alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celene. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Liliana? Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
You're asking me to decide what's best for Orlais.
More than that, whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thedas.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celene. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard, provided his sister is wrong about him.
I would suggest Briala. She could bring true peace, not only to the Empire, but also to its elves.
It's hard
This
to
is,
choose.
however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
I need more information.
I can't decide this. Not yet.
You must. Even inaction is a decision, Inquisitor.
You could speak to Celene in the ballroom, but she won't act. Not without proof.
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing. If he's innocent, he knows nothing. We need the truth.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's
Why is
mercenary
Liliana so
captain
mad
is
at
in the
me?
Royal Wing.
Jeez.
That he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
All right, we got a lot to pick up here. We have to do a full sweep. The ballroom to talk to Lady Mantillon. Have to find all the secrets.
Where is that lazy elf? I sent him down to the cellar for more wine.
Maximilian.
Dowager.
Lord Inquisitor.
Care to dance?
Would you care to dance, Lady Mantillon?
You, Inquisitor, are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first.
Ooh.
Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, my lady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celene knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Good evening, milady.
Dance with the Dowager. War table
Nightingale,
mission.
What a pleasure to see you again. You look radiant.
Marquis, it's been far too long. How's your family in Valchevin?
No complaints, my dear, no complaints. You must come to the chateau to see the girls. They will be overjoyed.
Oh, I've missed them very much. Little Sylvie must be 10 now, no?
11. And already up to my elbow. Oh, how they grow.
Perhaps I shall call on you soon.
Excellent. Now I must dance with the Dowager. It was lovely to see you, my dear.
11 years old and up to his elbow seems a bit small.
Look at Lady Cambion's slippers. Trimmed with pearls. And emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, and
Yeah.
you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it.
This is
A
dumb.
vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambion's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title.
Blah,
These
blah,
are all
blah.
useful
Yeah, she's
questions.
like, ooh.
No?
11-year-old child should be around up to your shoulder?
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. Of course, Alan. All the... For some of us, it has become so...
I mean, he may be very tall and have
But
a very
such
short
gratitude.
wife, I suppose.
And
Da,
Gaspard
da, da,
will
da.
have the
Go away.
Fair. If you
Okay.
find more, let me know.
I should go.
This is the secrets.
Be on your guard.
I always am.
So we have 18 more to find, which is a lot.
Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
Inquisitor Adar. The stories claimed you were barely capable of speech. You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep
Barely
their favor.
capable of speech.
What brings you to me?
I had a question about you, Briala.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you everything you need to know about my life. I'm good at what I do.
That would be right.
For the matter. I will help my people no matter the cost.
I've been told you were romantically involved with the Empress.
I didn't take you for a gossip monger, Inquisitor. I suppose your spies have already briefed you, so there's no point in pretending. Yes, Celene and I were lovers once, but we've gone our separate ways now.
What's your story? How is an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celene and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
If she doesn't win you back to her side, what do you intend to do?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on a single ball. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
So there's your hint.
What do you mean, we had a falling out?
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up charge to save her political reputation. It wasn't personal. It's the game. That's how all Orlesians justify these things to themselves. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven friend.
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celene than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
This is the thing about reuniting them, is like, it's not necessarily a good thing, because like their relationship was friggin' toxic as hell.
I found an elven locket hidden among Celene's things.
Good for Orlais, good for the elves.
This isn't yours, is it?
Let me see that. She kept this. What was she thinking? If Gaspard had found this, it would have ruined her.
Maybe it's sentimental.
It might have meant something to her.
Maybe it did. She held on to it.
Oh.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Jerky, what has happened? You don't actually have to show it to Briala. You can reconcile them just by showing it to Celene.
Thank you.
You have such beautiful hair, Commander.
All the Delancey's here.
Maker, I hope not.
I would love to hear about your time in Kirkwall, Commander.
Another time, perhaps.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous. Do you enjoy music, Commander?
Everyone enjoys music, madam.
Where has that servant gone? Elves, always shirking their duties.
Oh, come on.
My dear Maximilian, it took 4 chevaliers to...
Oh, it's not triggering. There's one dialogue where he's like, "Did you just pinch my bottom?" We'll have to come back later.
It's been too long since I've had any word.
Alright, we have to talk to these. Because we can't talk to Celene directly.
We are always delighted to speak with you, of course. Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Mm-hmm.
I made a fascinating discovery. An elven locket in the Empress's vault.
Oh dear.
That is very interesting. I'll get Her Majesty.
Inquisitor, I regret that we did not have time to speak earlier. No doubt you have questions about many things.
You valued that locket.
I found an elven locket sealed in the palace vault. You must have considered it quite valuable.
It was... sentimental. I don't know why I kept it. It was a foolish thing to do.
What made the two of you part ways?
She wanted change, and she thought I should deliver it. My word is law, Inquisitor, but laws don't command people's hearts. Culture does not transform itself overnight. I failed her. I should have...
Well, he's got the
dared
blackmail
more.
material now.
But the past, like so many things, is beyond my command.
You still love her.
Maybe you kept it because you still care for Briala.
Perhaps I do. But I cannot put her above all the people of my empire. Dispose of the locket however you like. It means nothing to me.
So you can reveal your cards to all the separate players, but you don't have to. All the options are still open to you regardless of how much evidence you give them beforehand. You know, so you may as well just keep your cards close to your chest and decide at the end, based on what options you have, what you'd like to do. I'm leaning towards reconciling Celene and Briala, but we don't have to.
My friend, come in, have a drink. What can I do for you? You've been busily charming the court, I see.
One important consideration is that if you do reconcile them, you have no choice but to have Gaspard executed. He can't be exiled, he can't be imprisoned, he has to die. Because you have a choice between two dialogue options. One to persuade them to get back together, and one to spare Gaspard. You can't have both.
I'd like to know more about you.
All of Orlais knows my story. But you, my friend, are far too sensible to be Orlesian. The heart of it is simple. I am the rightful heir to the throne of Orlais. But my cousin, Celene, is a politician, while I am a man of action. She charmed the Council of Heralds. They gave the crown to her, and while it looks fetching on her, I intend to take it back.
What's your claim to the throne?
The 100 Days cough swept Valroya in 877. It killed thousands of children, royalty and commoner alike. There are only 3 living grandchildren of Emperor Judicael I. Myself, my sister Florian, and Celene. And I am the eldest. By rights, the crown should have passed to me.
If you're the rightful heir, how did Celene become Empress?
I am the oldest, but I lack the Valmont name. My mother was the late Emperor's sister. Celene is a Valmont. Her honored father was my mother's brother. But she is the youngest. When there is any doubt surrounding the line of succession, the matter falls to the Council of Heralds. Celene outplayed me, forming alliances on the Council for support. So they passed over me in her favor.
So his claim isn't technically stronger. His dad has the same name as the former emperor, but wasn't actually an emperor. Yeah, I thought, because they're both called Florian, so I thought that they were one and the same, but there must be like 5 million people called Florian.
Just what are you claiming? Her crown? Or her head?
If Celene loses her head, it will not be my doing. I want my empire. I do not wish harm on my cousin, but I would not weep at her demise.
They're both... It depends. I don't know if it's a patriarchal line of succession. I assume it is, based on the fact that all the previous emperors are emperors, and she's the first empress. Because even though she's the daughter of the male heir, the former male heir who's since deceased, and he's the son of a female, it's kind of like even. Like, yeah. I don't know. Well, that's enough out of you.
We'll speak later, Duke Gaspard.
Another time, friend.
His main draw card is that he's good military strategist and has all the, like, favor of the army.
What is Lady Pentecost wearing?
A uniform? She's wearing a uniform. You guys are so mean. Locked. Still locked.
Makes me nervous.
Maybe that door never unlocks. Alright, is this everything we can get? I think so.
How does things look out there? Are the negotiations over yet?
Oh,
Yes.
sweet Gerard.
Don't
My
worry
fifth
so much,
husband
my dear.
fell to his
I'll be
death
ready
from
when the
bell
time
tower
comes to
of the
strike.
Grand Cathedral.
Nice.
To this day, no one knows why he was up there.
Watch your back, Inquisitor. Remember, everyone here wants you dead.
Okay. Right, time to sweep. Sweep like never before, because we've got a lot to find. Nope. This one's really easy to miss, and I never remember where it is and when it appears, so I always just check. What does Cassandra have to say? Anything?
Are we ready to move out?
Nothing really.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave.
Can I talk to this noble? For some reason he's interactable, but I don't think he says anything. Nope.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Aha.
Good to know.
14 out of 30. They start to come thick and fast towards the end.
Emissaries to Kal Sharok have yet to return.
Hello.
I thought Orzammar refused any official recognition of Kal Sharok.
The king knows nothing of this. The merchant guild sent the emissaries.
So the conversation between the dwarves in that section also changes depending on who's the king of Orzammar. Harrimont is conservative, Balin is progressive.
Did you see That knife-eared servant girl in the kitchen.
We had this
The
discussion
ginger.
before.
Keep talking. I am starting to believe I was there.
I need to get one of those.
Uh-huh.
Don't we all?
Right. I can get rid of these guys. Hello.
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
The stories I could tell.
I'd wager I have better tales than anything you've heard.
I told you, Philippe.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
Indeed. You should talk to Cullen.
If you like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Ready? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
How did I lose court approval from that? Not supposed to. I don't think I actually did. Look, it's another Krogan! Unknown monstrous beast taken in a hunt in Seralt by Duke Emmerich 927 Dragon. Aw, poor Rex. Deep Stalker trophy. I lose approval from being in here though. I'm not technically allowed. Cullen will probably be happy to have a break from being flirted with. Move in on the western wing of the palace when I send you 3 shots of brandy, not taking any chances. Gaspard, you naughty boy. What do you think you're doing, hey? Already picked that one up, apparently. Oh. Whoa, there's stuff everywhere!
Is it my imagination?
Boring.
He never, like, hears anything good. Huh?
We need more servers in the ballroom. Where is everybody?
I don't know.
Burn them all in their homes.
Well, the elves are probably dead. There's like 12 of them dead downstairs.
Waste of time.
Come on, I need it. I need it. Oh, we'll do that later. We'll do this side first. Ooh. People just dropping their secret documents on the floor. I guess the idea is meant to be like people are becoming more and more intoxicated and like less careful, and so it becomes easier as the night goes on to find out information. But it is kind of ridiculous how much stuff is suddenly on the ground.
We need more servers in the ballroom. Where is everybody?
Jesus. That's 20 out of 30. We're getting there.
Interesting.
Secret trade documents. Another eavesdropping opportunity.
Waste of time.
God damn it, Kestrel! Just listen more carefully, okay? Oh, yeah. Does it do? If I just wait, does it come back? I think I have to actually walk away and come back.
Is it my imagination? Or are there more Inquisition on
I know, right? Secret legal document, secret building plan, secret love letter. It's just one person. For God's sake. It will bear fruition. I just have to keep trying. It's a bit annoying that it's never giving it to me in the first try. 30 idiots. Or just one very prolific idiot.
Good to know.
There we go. Got it. Someone got one extremely prolific spy, extremely drunk.
How does things look out there? Are the negotiations over yet?
both the Empress and
Good to know.
There it is. 24. So we're getting to the pointy end of matters. Dorian!
I'll be ready for your signal, provided this spicy punch isn't as strong as it seems.
Have you seen anything I should know about?
Other than an overabundance of lavender perfume? No, nothing extraordinary.
Try not to get too drunk while I'm gone.
You ask so much of me.
I think you have to be in a romance to get his funniest dialogue, which is like, he says something like, if you find me 6 silk scarves, I'll show them something to get really scandalized about, or something like that. It's freaking so funny. I love him. 25. Chuck our coins. Can't get all of them. We'll just ping as many in as we have. We have quite a few, actually. Bing. Nothing over here. Right. We need to go to the royal wing.
He's wasting his time.
This away.
How does things look out there? Are the negotiations over yet?
How are we going? Yeah, we're going to be right about the time frame that I thought. So yeah, it's about, if you do everything obsessively properly, like we've been doing it, it's about a 3-hour quest.
You until we get home.
Fine by me.
Ooh, there was something I missed there. I thought I saw my...
I am not talking to you until we get home.
the little circle like went glowy. What is that called? I don't know. The ring around the map. There it is. Ahaha! One more coin. Alright, nothing else on this side. Up we go. This quest in particular is really dense, and there's stuff that I don't know because I haven't read the books. Like, I got confused about who was who in the bugs. Ugh, God, took all of our gear off again. Holy hell. I think it only took mine off, actually. I think everyone else is appropriately clad. Yes. Nice. Alright, there's heaps to get in here. We should get our 30 secrets and then be able to go back. Now, I think we're going to open the door, the quest relevant door. We don't need to for the ending that I think I'm going to get. Oof. Harlequin. Right.
Oh, thank you.
Are you hurt?
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace?
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
His sister's room.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess Florian.
It used to. This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
Is there anyone else who knows the code in the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
You don't know that.
What were you trying to find in Florian's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
It takes great courage to come to the royal wing unarmed.
It's not courage to blindly follow Briala's orders into a trap. I knew her. Before when she was Celene's pet. Now she wants
Dr.
to play
Horns.
revolution. But I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
The other elves don't know?
Something like that could destroy Briala if it were known.
No. Some know she has a history with the Empress. But they believe she was just a favored servant. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
I've never been
Most
sure.
Orlesians would say that's Celene's scandal, not Briala's.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
I was never sure if it was supposed to actually imply that it was Briala or if the suggestion was meant to be it was somebody else. It's not really clarified. Ooh, schematic. Schematic! That's the bed I want. Ooh, hang on. No, 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 no. Not that way. Not yet. We have another door to open. You know what? I missed a Caprice coin. I'm not going to be able to complete that quest anyway, but it still galls me. What's down that way? That's where I came in. Okay. Well. Ready? Ah, we're short a statue. Statue have we missed? Oh, there's one. This is Celene's actual room. I don't think I've missed an area. I better get to the end of this and be like one secret short. Okay, here we go. We can open it now. Oof. My sword. My staff, technically. Right, ready? Fucking Celene's the greatest. If you don't unlock this room, you miss out on so much.
What happened?
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
I can imagine what you thought your reward would be.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Clever girl.
Clever Celene. Even I'm impressed.
I don't know which is worse. Celene for using such a tactic or him for falling for it.
Oh, Orlesians.
Don't breathe a word about this.
I can promise that. I have no intention of dying, Inquisitor. If Gaspard didn't kill me for this, Celene would.
Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing with your broken neck. Oh, God. And the last Caprice coin is under him or something. We're close to him. There it is. Or, except, obviously we didn't open the lower garden room and we missed one on a table somewhere, so I'm pretty sure 11 is the best we can do, I think. We might be able to get 12. We might have missed one further on. Okay. Right. Just make sure. This is Florian's room. We've done that bit. We've done Celene's room. Have we done the other side? Yes. What's down here?
I'm thinking trap. Yes, definitely.
Yes, well, I mean, yes. Definitely a trap. I can hear a rift. Probably doesn't bode well. So we can't access that yet, right? If you go through that door and you progress the main quest, you lose the opportunity to finish the side quests, which is what like every person playing it for the first time will do. Because you hear a guy yelling, it's like the logical thing to do is to go help. Don't help. Not yet. Okay. Still need 3 more secrets. All right. How
Inquisitor,
distressing.
What a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
Spare me the repartee and tell me why you're here.
Such manners. Did they raise you in a sty? It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
You're Orlesian royalty. Why would you help Corypheus attack your empire?
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why settle for an empire when Corypheus will remake the entire world? I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspard's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
Yeah, right.
Why kill the
No
Empress?
one wins out of
What
that.
does Corypheus want to achieve?
Celene's death is a stepping stone on the path to a better world. Corypheus will enter the Black City and claim the godhood waiting for him. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world, guided by the hand of an attentive god.
Right.
You won't get away with this, Florian.
But I already have. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celene myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill him, and bring me his marked hand. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Someone help!
It's convenient that there just happened to be a rift there. Dorian. We don't like face pull or demons. Ooh, ooh. Do we have... Hold on. That's right. We worked it out last time. Who has Dispel? Dorian has Dispel. Dorian! Do it! Vivian has Dispel. And Cassandra does not have Dispel yet, but she will. Boom! All the shinies! Then we meet one of the most refreshing characters in the game.
And just his tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
You're safe.
No more demons. It's safe.
Maker? I've never seen one that close before. I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here?
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
You honestly believe you were captured, tied up, and thrown into a death trap because of a bill?
When you put it like that, it seems a bit odd.
No, I didn't find the last
Duke wanted
one.
to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking punsy cheesemongers.
So you can recruit him, but you have to choose the option now. If you choose anything else, it locks it out. So I'm going to ask him to work for me.
Want a new job? One that pays better. The Inquisition can always use a good mercenary company.
And you have to have underworld
You hiring?
knowledge.
I'm game. Anything's better than this bullshit. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Nice. Welcome aboard, my son. Yeah, I think I probably missed one of the red circles at some point. Like I failed at it and I forgot to double back. That would be my guess. Oop. Hey, get out of my way. Can't open that one. She locked me out. What a wench. What a dastardly wench. Money. Alright, let's do it. There's like a whole lot more to loot and a lot more people to kill.
Stay back! It's trapped!
We're such a melee heavy group and it's so weird because we have 3 mages. But we have 2 melee mages. 2 knight enchanters. I need some candle holders. All the candles are on the ground. Uh-oh, I have to fight another Harlequin. I remember this bit. Considering the recommended level range is 12 to 15, we really haven't done too badly. I haven't had any issue with the combat. We haven't done a lot of savings, yeah. Oh, I was just there. The heck? Oh, that's that door that we couldn't open. You can open it from the other side, I guess. Battle Master Mail. Don't really need that, but sure. Vivienne, why are you always in the way? She just delights in being directly in front of whichever way I want to go. I think that's it. So here is like, if you have leftover Harla statues, you can just open a door at random. And they have random loot in them. So if you just want to put, you know, if you just want Celene to stay on the throne and maintain the status quo, which way do I go? This way. It's not this way, is it? Maybe it is. This doesn't feel like the right way. Maybe it is. Okay, there wasn't all this scaffolding before, so... Door to the grand ballroom. I mean, I kind of want that keen with an Vitar. Stitch something. Because it might be less hideous than our current one. Let's see. Look at my... Oh, I'm too low level. Oh, I mean, the withered one looks alright. It's less all-encompassing than the other one. I've got Gurgit Vitar now as well, but I don't know what that looks like either. Okay. This is the point of no return. I'm so sad we didn't get all the secrets.
What is Lady...
But we still get the good ending. Right, so speak now or forever hold your peace if you want me to choose a specific ending.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
What should we do? What should we do? Right, so we can allow the Empress to die, and then we have two options remaining. We can detain the Duchess in a pragmatic and not flairish way. Or we can just, you know, give a bit of a speech and save Celene. So this is where you choose, if you don't want Celene to stay on the throne in some capacity or another, you have to let her get killed. I personally, for entertainment value, they're all good. That's the thing. They're all good. If you let Florian kill the Empress, you get to fight her. But if you force a truce or force a reconciliation, the dialogue is much more interesting. So they're both cool. Just depends who we like the best. Do we like Celene or do we like Gaspard, basically? He is... I'm gonna talk to her because this is quite entertaining.
Wait here, Cullen. I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor.
Everyone is watching. Smile.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan.
The shock.
Celene, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories?
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard? You cannot believe this. You know I would never...
Poor Gaspard. It's his own sister.
Gaspard?
Take her away.
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out.
So we don't get the fun of fighting her, but we do get the fun of judging her at Skyhold.
Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private. Elsewhere.
Yeah. Here we go.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I'm reconciling them. Briala helps stop Florian.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
You were working together?
Of course.
Gaspard was making threats.
Gaspard's been trying to bully the Council of Heralds into crowning him Emperor. I met a council attaché who can confirm it.
Poor Gaspard.
A few idle threats hardly make me a traitor.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually you'll convince somebody.
His men infiltrated the ball.
Here, I have the letter Gaspard penned to his general ordering his men into position inside the palace.
Can you blame me?
Oh.
Considering what transpired, preparing to repel an attack was the course of wisdom.
He hired mercenaries.
And his mercenary captain will be happy to tell you all their plans for the coup tonight. Briala found all of this out for your sake, Celene.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
You have this option or this option. You can't reconcile them and let Gaspard live.
I think Ambassador Briala deserves some reward for uncovering all this.
I can scarcely believe you
She
did
didn't
all
even
this
do
for
anything.
me.
Celene.
Oh.
Thank you, Inquisitor, for all your efforts tonight. I owe you my life, and Orlais owes you its future. You have done so much, for my people and for us.
We won't forget this.
What happens now?
What will the two of you do now?
Wink.
There will be some changes to the court.
Not just the court. Come, stand with us, Inquisitor. We must give the good news to the nobility. Lords and ladies of the court, this is a night for celebration. Those who sought to poison our empire with treason have been brought to justice. It is a new age for Orlais. We shall build a world in which all men and women live in harmony. Let the cornerstone of change be laid. I introduce the newest member of our court, Marquise Briala of the Dales.
She gets public authority in this.
This is not just a victory in Halam Shiral, or within the Empire, or even for elves alone. This is a triumph for everyone. Over 1,000 years ago in the Valerian fields, elves and humans together defeated the Imperium. We can do so much more now. We are greater than our ancestors ever dreamed. Together, we will start by saving our world from the enemy who took the divine and tore the sky apart.
It will take all of us to defeat the enemy threatening our world.
We are already tracking these Tevinter agents. Soon they'll have no place to hide.
But that is tomorrow. Tonight, we celebrate our newfound fellowship. Let the festivities commence!
I mean, it has to be better than ruling from the shadows, right?
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
I would have stayed, but the punch ran dry. Scandalous.
Indeed. Let us see if you take this piece of news as poorly. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celene wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
She's kind of the worst in this game, though. Every time I replay this and I'm like, no, fine.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Celene knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
Squee! Ready to squee even more?
I can't believe you escaped before me. A fat count insisted on talking about soup for 15 minutes. We can return to Skyhold whenever you like. The sooner the better. Is something wrong?
Yeah.
I wish I could have saved the Grand Duke. His death was needless.
He died with dignity. It could have been far worse, considering his treachery. We will need to put the soldiers at Skyhold on alert. Better to be safe.
Wait. There is one thing we must do before we go. May I have this dance, Lady Cassandra?
A dance? After all we've been through tonight?
Can you think of a better way to celebrate?
I suppose this isn't terrible.